Hey everyone!
Tuning in for some movie reviews. Film flickers of movie reviews. Let's hear those movie reviews. Film flickers of movie reviews. And action.
Hi Flickers, and today we are reviewing Captain America Civil War. Been waiting for this so long, and I'm so glad that it's now come to life. And of course, the introduction into, well, that's why the garb, Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So Marvel Studios, not just by Sony, have collaborated together to make this, and it is just phenomenal. This will be a non-spoilers review. I'll just try and get the essence and kind of what the feeling was with it, and if there are any points that don't quite fit with a story overall, regardless of the fact that these are established characters, and obviously, you know, this leads on from the other stories that have come to pass. But it still works as a standalone film. I really like it, and any huge Marvel comic fans who are expecting to get the Civil War storyline from the comic books, there are certain little bits to it that do sort of lend to that storyline. Obviously not too much, because there's so much that couldn't be put in, obviously. I mean, so many characters that are part of that particular storyline anyway just wouldn't be able to be introduced into this whatsoever. But the essence of the conflict between Iron Man and Captain America is in there. Slightly different to the way that it was before, like the Superhuman Registration Act. It's not like that now. They've now brought in this thing called the Accords, and it is more. It's more having superheroes as a UN treated source. So they would be sent in if it was down to a committee. So if something was happening, a committee would have to decide, and then they'd be able to go off and go and do it. But they can only go and do those things if they're told to do them, and they can't act outside of any other authorization. And this is what kind of lends to that sort of conflict between Captain America and Iron Man. Iron Man thinks that he has done some really bad things, and he needs to be held accountable for it and need to be kept in check. However, Captain America sort of does bring into that whole fact that it's got to be about the freedom of choice of when to act and how to act, but not take away that accountability and the fact that it is down to them. So that conflict is in there, and that's what kind of gives it a real gravitas. But the Russo brothers have done an amazing job bringing all these elements together, but giving them a real story. Like, this is, like I said, it is a standalone film. If you just wanted to go out and watch this, you can. It's just brilliant. The worry I think everyone had as well was what would happen with the characters, because there's so many. So how would you be able to give each one of them the screen time, which I don't think really is a factor in this at all. You won't be counting the seconds of how much screen time each one's given. But each character has a real depth, has a real breadth to their character. Even War Machine, who hasn't really been dealt with before. Like, you've probably seen in the Iron Man films, but he's always just been touched upon. You've not really had a sort of depth to him, really. He's just always been kind of like the sidekick. Whereas this time he's not. You can see he's his own man, and he's not as throwaway as he was in Age of Ultron, the big Avengers film. And in some aspects this does feel like an apology for that, because I think a lot of those characters were misused, and it is kind of an Avengers film because all of the Avengers are in it. You know, it is that sort of central conflict between them. For me, I would say, yeah, I would definitely highly recommend going out and seeing it. It's still in the cinemas now, so definitely go out and see it if you can, and take your friends with you, because it is just one of those laugh out loud. There's some amazingly good jokes in here as well. But as far as storytelling goes, this is a phenomenal piece. Probably the best Marvel film that's been out to date. So if you guys get a chance to go, then please go. Fill up the cinemas, because it is just phenomenal. Cool. Well, I think that's about it. I've got to swing away now, and I'll see you guys later. So, well, thanks for watching. Bye, Flickers.